Hey, what's up? Another video. Welcome back to the channel, guys and girls. I know I promised that the next one will be in May, but here we are again as I have free time. Those who follow me on Instagram, this is shooting on Friday the 6th. It's probably going up on the 7th, on the Easter. So we're gonna have an unholy Easter with this video. But yeah, just came back from the trip with family, went outside of our capital city, around 30 kilometers, shot some photography of churches, cemeteries, and visited a brewery house. So I did have 2 beers, so if I stumble, I apologize for that. But anyway, yes, we have another video, and yes, this is a themed one. As the title suggests, we're gonna talk about Pleskau Brethren, or in a more simplistic way, we would call it Pleskau Brethren, because they are from Pskov, but in English it's Pleskau. A bit of a different pronunciation there. So yeah, we are drinking a beer. Also, guys, I had 2 beers today already, so if I stumble upon something, I apologize for that. We're having this one, Koch Kipper Indian Pale Ale. As you can see, the guy there is resting. He's pretty old, having a time of his life, a sailor he is. So let's pop this open. I'm gonna keep it very short and simple. This is an order from New Era Productions. All tapes are from that label. And all tapes are from Horrible Room as well, so they're, you know, intertwined together. So there we go. Sorry about the glare. The weather is good today. So yeah, guys, if you like some photography, I also encourage you to follow me on Instagram then, because I post there regularly and I do show some cool stuff from Estonia. Cemeteries, churches, war museums, catacombs, and stuff like that. And sometimes when I visit other countries, I also take pictures from there. The last ones are from Paris and the famous cemetery. Cheers! Excellent. Another good Indian pale ale. Yeah. So, without further ado, let's get rolling. Yeah, I hope this one is gonna be pretty short and sweet. So we're starting up with this one. So first of all, Pleskau Brethren, or Pskov Brotherhood, is a group of bands that are established in Russia, in the Pskov region, and they have become notoriously famous in the last 2 years. I'm gonna talk about the bands. You all probably heard about them. They release excellent black metal. The best thing that probably came from Russia in these dark times is their music. 100% like absolutely pure black metal, and it's so good. So yeah, it's hard to tell when the Brotherhood was established, because some bands date way back to 2014-13, some are relatively new, but we can actually like consider it to be a new thing, the whole Brotherhood thing. So yeah, Pleskau Brethren, or Pskov Brotherhood. So yeah, a group of bands based in Pskov region in Russia. So we're starting off with this one. I already talked about this one on my channel. I showed you the test press. Now we're gonna talk about the not test press. Of course, this is a tape release, and this is a Little Bat and Kid Dead Head. So yeah, that's how the band's name is translated into Russia. Into English. In Russia, it's actually forgot how it sounds in Russia. It's something like Малыш, Упырь и Крошка, Нетопырь и Малыш, Мёртвая Голова. Yeah, there we go. It's a very fucked up name. Very hard one. So Little Bat and the Kid Dead Head, established in around 2020. Little Kid Dead Head, or Kid Dead Head, is actually a butterfly. It's basically a genus of butterfly, which is Archetyrontia or Archetyrontia, if I'm not mistaken. And the album title is, again, it's a very hard one. It's «Волшебные рассказы о былом и небывалом», which basically translates to as magical tales about what was and what to come, or what was and what is never to come. So there's a bit of a Russian language for you. It's it's a tricky language in this case. So this is a 2021 demo. It's very weird that it's a demo because it's 44 minutes long actually. So nothing on the back. Let's take a closer look at the art. This one is the butterfly. Why it's called like this? Because the butterfly itself resembles dead head, so it's like a skull. So first thing that you will, a bit of controversy here. So the first thing that you will actually hear is how the sound is distorted here. It's very distorted. The riffs are very beautiful. It feels like sometimes like something mad is happening. Like the whole album feels like mad. A very beautiful tape, pro tape. And a lot of people compare it to Old Nick or Spider God. I would not draw that comparison at all. This is very superior in my opinion to Old Nick. I have one album by Old Nick, Forest of Grief, and it's a good album. It's a good mix. You can when you're tired of black metal, you can put that on, but you get this Mario, Sonic 8-bit stuff in there, you know, like those samples like from Famicom or NES Entertainment System, which are sometimes they're fucking very annoying, but it's a good mix-up. You can always turn that shit on and you can always listen to it. It's something new. And thus I'm saying this because, like I said, I only have one album, Forest of Grief, and that's enough for me. I do appreciate the album, but that's not something that I would listen on a regular basis. Like I wouldn't collect the whole discography. One album is enough for me. Spider God is basically the same for me. Spider God doesn't have those annoying 8-bit stuff in it that much as Old Nick, but yeah, I still think that if you have one album of those bands, it's probably enough. It's a good mix-up. Unless you're a fan, you want to collect them all, then yeah. But for me, a casual listener to that kind of black metal, one album from each band is enough. So, like I said, it's not like Old Nick. It's more of a black metal. It has very melodic parts in it, and those parts, the melodic ones, are very, very fresh. Yes, they have those feelings of... it's not, like I said, it's not 8-bit music or whatever. They do use synth there, and the synth is quite disturbing. It's almost to the point of annoyance, but it's done very good. It doesn't actually annoy you. It feels fresh. It's fast. It's epic. And it feels like the whole album is a very extraordinary, you know. It's not something that you regularly would listen in black metal or you will hear in black metal. And also it's limited to 100 copies. Like I said, if you get the chance, at least give it a listen on Bandcamp. Yeah, and draw your own opinion. It's a pretty unique album. The other question, of course, is if they release the second one, how fucking unique it will be. It probably won't be unique. That's the problem with these bands that do something innovative and then they try to replicate it, but it never actually works. The prime example is Batyushka, when you have one album that is quite unique and you have every album which follows the same pattern, which already doesn't make it unique at all. It makes it repetitive and boring. How much can you jump on the same thing? Probably not that much. So yeah, Крошка, Нетопырь и Малыш, Мёртвая голова, Little Bat and the Kid Dead Head, волшебные рассказы о бывалом и небывалом, the magical fairy tales about what used to be and what was not. Let's call it like this. New era production, limited to 100 copies on tape. Good shit there. Another band from the same Brethren, from Pleskau Brethren, is of course the Mighty, the probably most famous one right now. Absolutely amazing band. The band that probably blew most of people away in 2020, something like that. We're going to talk about, I already talked about it. I have their album on vinyl released by Poison Sorcery, but we're going to talk about new era production release. Of course, it's this one. It's Lеший, established in around 2019. One-man project. The guy behind the project go by the name S only, so we only know the first name of his real name or his nickname. So this is a 2021 demo, Поганые сны, which might translate into something like bad dreams, rotten dreams, or crooked dreams. Леший itself is a name of a mythical creature in Russian mythology. It's a forest creature. It's from the fairy tales and folk. Also, he basically is the owner of the forest. The closest thing that you will probably get to Lеший in Western mythology would be something like of a swamp thing. So this is 30 minutes long, and it's amazing 30 minutes. Okay, I'm going to translate this one. Как бы мне в стихах не сбиться, лишь на то, что ночью снится. So something like how should I properly write poetry and not be distracted by the things that I dream of at night. So yeah. Also, a very interesting cover wise, you can see this image of the sun on Renaissance paintings, on Baroque paintings, you know, where just the sun. Here is like the sun and it's pierced. The logos here by New Era, of course, also originally released on 55 tapes by the mighty Horrible Room Productions. So what is it? This is primitive, it's raw, it toys with your primal inner self. It has those raw, savage feelings that you get from listening to it. The nature of the whole thing is savage. There's brutal blast beats. And sometimes it stops and it has those what I would describe as breathtaking pauses that it makes, and it incorporates those breathtaking, majestic melodies into it. Overall, the whole thing feels like punkish. It has those rocking vibes, and it has very, very nasty, rusty vocals to it. So the whole thing feels like an amazing album. Lеший is definitely one of those bands that you need to keep an eye on. You need to... I would recommend to get all of their stuff. All of their stuff is amazing. It's probably that right now the second, maybe, top band from Pleskau Brethren. Well, of course you can have other preferences, but yeah, for me it's actually the first band, the number one, the top band. Yeah, absolutely amazing, savage, primitive, raw, yet somewhat of melodic black metal. Melodic in a way that it has those raw melodies incorporated into it. I think also limited to 100 copies on New Era production. If you can find a release by Horrible Room, get that one. If you can find a release by what's called Poison Sorcery, also get that one as well. Definitely an album worthy of your collection, definitely, for sure. Леший, Поганые сны. Леший, or rotten dreams, or crooked dreams, or bad dreams, as translation might differ. There's a lot of words in Russia that translate to different things in English language. One word can mean a lot of fucking things. So let's move on. also from New Era Productions, of course, Pleskau Brotherhood as well. We're taking a bit of a different turn right now. This is Ogilt. Ogilt is the band that is run by two guys. One goes by his last name, which is Vukashin. Another one goes by a pseudonym, which is Ananebra. Yeah, interesting pseudonym. This is a band that actually was established in 2011. And from 2011 to 2013, they had 3 demos. This is their 2020 demo, which is called Untitled. So, after 10 years of hiatus, they release a new material. As you can see, the name here is Ogilt, which is Ogilt as well. So this is 33 minutes. And unlike other bands who we talked about right now, that are powerful and deliver absolutely crazy, almost mad energy with punkish vibes and black metal mixed into it, this is a detour that we're gonna take. This sounds more dense, it sounds more thick. It's probably because the guys, like I said, you can trace the roots back to 10 years ago, so they have more practice maybe in it. It almost feels like some riffs almost feel like they're cosmic. It's very atmospheric, and in its core it is atmospheric black metal. The vocals are like screaming long. They're like they also do shrieks, but they mostly it's like screaming long vocals. The feel is more of a melancholic, and like I said, it's more of a spacey kind of thing. It's mixed up with cosmic black metal and spacey black metal. The atmosphere is haunting, and sometimes they also have those beautiful passages where it kind of almost feels like the atmosphere suddenly from cosmic or haunting changes to something that I would call dreamy, maybe. Like, you know. So it's a very beautiful album. And it's a very weird album considering where the band stands. Like, you know, in that Pleskau Brethren, where most bands are aggressive. So it's a kind of a band that delivers a fresh breath of air in that scene. Yeah, 10 years of hiatus, an album that comes out, it will probably be released on all formats because it's so good. So yeah, check out Ogilt with their Untitled album, released in 2020. Actually, it's a demo, to be honest. It's a demo, yeah. It's not an album, it's a demo. 33 minutes long, but yeah, check it out. It's amazing. Alright, so yeah, we're actually moving pretty fast, and I think it's good that we actually filmed this video. Like I said, if I stumble a bit, I'm sorry. I did have 2 beers and it was 40 minutes ago. So, but it's the only free time that I have, so I'm gonna use it. Right, so the last one. Probably, again, for majority of people, this would be one of the bands that they surely know. Let's take a look at this one. I think all the tapes are limited to 100 copies, so I'm not gonna repeat myself. So this one, this is Krюkokreст, established in 2019. 2 members. I only based the information about 2 members only on the pictures of the band. Their faces are always covered. So Krюkokрест translates into English something as a crooked cross, hooked cross, stuff like that. So this is a 2022 full-length album. It's their second full-length album, and the most striking thing about this album is, of course, there you go, 2 guys on a beautiful scenery in Russia. So the first thing that strikes you about this album is that it's 1 hour and 23 minutes long. It's a long album, but their songs are usually from, I don't know, 2.5 to 4 minutes long. So we're going to talk about that. Okay, so the sign here says, может мы бы и погрустили, если было бы за чего, сердце камень хмом проросший, в черепушках ничего. Oh my god, this is a more poetic take here, but it translates to something like this. Maybe we would have some grief if it was worth having, for our heart turned into stone, and in our skulls we already have nothing. So there you go, something like this. There you go. New Era Productions. So this one will strike you with mad psychotic screams for vocals. The atmosphere is nasty and sick. Repetitive hypnotic motions for riffs. Punkish black and rollish vibes. You will get in this also a bit of Soviet culture. You will get Soviet intros taken from Soviet movies or from Soviet radio shows, and a bit of a Soviet melodies here and there. The most interesting part, how it starts off, there's a woman saying like, and we know it's a Soviet intro, so there's like a woman that says like, and here are the boys from basically Pleskau regions who will now play their instruments for us. And of course the madness starts. It's very fast, it's very brutal, it's very aggressive, and they incorporate those parts and they incorporate them in a very interesting way, like I said about the intro. It's amazing. What else can I say about this album? I can say like the only thing that bothers me about this album is the fact that it's 1 hour and 23 minutes long. Like I said, that could take away your experience. It's if you know Krюkokрест, you know how fast they are, how punkish and how aggressive and hateful they are, and this is not an exception. There's a lot of songs here, and they're fast, they're brutal, they're savage, but maybe they should have split this up into a full length and maybe an EP, but it is what it is. What I would recommend you, the whole thing is a headbanger. You can listen to it and you go like this, you know, you bang your head to it. The most interesting part would be like, you know, if you travel on the train or by car, you put your headphones on or whatever, you put it in the CD player or cassette tape or digital, whatever you have, and you go on by scenery, you know, just like you drive in the forest for 2 hours to your destination. This is the music to listen to it. It won't let you fall asleep for a second. And those nature sceneries, it will be like an epic, I don't know, black metal documentary. You know, when you watch something like Black Metal Satanica, the documentary, you know, when they show those Norway epic scenes, and there's like Darkthrone playing on background, or Enslaved playing on the background. This is more epic than that. This is more fantastic than that. So yeah, this is the only thing that might turn off some people, because you can't, for an album that long you might lose your concentration on it, but it's an amazing album. Recommend it. Like, pop a beer open, turn your TV off, just sit there and enjoy it. Don't scroll through your social media, don't do anything like that, just enjoy the whole thing. It's amazing. Крюкокрест is definitely a band also to look out for in that whole Pskov Russian scene. The whole scene is actually amazing. So yeah, Крюкокрест, I forgot to say the name of the album. The name of the album is written in a Russian, so it's written in a Russian, alright? But it's Auf Wiedersehen, which is in German, goodbye. So yeah, there we go. Not a drunk update, not a sober update, but it is what it is. So yeah, now this time I promise you I'm gonna see you only in May. This is the last one. This one is coming up on, well, I hope this one is going out on Saturday. If it's going out on Friday, then I had some free time. and it's uploaded. If not, then it's going to be Saturday, Easter Saturday. You know what to do on Easter Saturday. Burn your local church down or such shit like that. Anyway, guys, yeah. It's been hell of a run with those updates, but it is what it is. I hope you enjoyed them. I try to do my best, try to push out as much as I can, but right now, yeah, I'm gonna take a break till May. In May, we'll see what we'll have. Maybe a vinyl update, and possibly a video from Steelfest. Not 100% sure about Steelfest yet, but yeah, we're gonna look into it. So, as usual, stay frosty, stay healthy, look out for yourself, and stay fucking black metal. I'll see you around.